All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here. We're doing this live stream. I'm a little sun-fried. It's spring. Put sunscreen on and wear a mask, and I still get burned. That's how pale I am. Anyways, here's the deal. Get your questions. I'm going to answer them. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. No special prizes this week, but I do have something coming up for you guys that'll make everyone super stoked on that. So hopefully we got something fun going on. Also, if you haven't caught the world's largest backside air in the half pipe, you should probably watch that. Goodbye, Sean. You're no longer number one. You got beat by a 15-year-old. It's about time. So that. Also, in other news that's just more entertaining than anything, Marcus Rand of the Yaguns and Stan from the Stan Show, or whatever the fuck it is, are fighting right now online, and it's fucking great. I think they might actually go to blows, and by blows, I mean Marcus Rand will just pummel Stan because Stan won't fight. Yeah. Anyways, get those questions in. I'm going to try to answer them. Also, got to give a shout out to the first official sponsor of the Snowboard Stoke live stream, Marhar Snowboards. Do you need a custom-made snowboard with your graphic? Then you should get one from Marhar Snowboards. Why? Because it's the only company that I trust to put my graphic on their boards. That's right. We have an official sponsor. There is a link in the description. So, shameless plug. I'm selling out. Fucking making money. Fuck it all. I don't care. So, yeah. Hopefully we get a few more people because I think we're only up to 33 people here. But let's take a first spin of the day with our boy Joe X and see what he gets. We're going big here. Oof. Person under you gets entered. Oh, wait. Yep. Person under you gets entered for a future prize drawing. So that's Baron Hutto, who clearly has a skiing problem. Fucking skiing. Skiing's dumb. If I ever mentioned that, skiing is just dumb. So put that in the boot. Got a lot of entries for when we start doing raffle draws on those things. So hopefully that'll happen soon. I'll get something set up for all of you. All right. So let's see what we got here. We got Anton Clark. Have you ridden the K2 Alchemist? No, I'm trying to pick up my K2 stuff right now from the rep, and we're trying to orchestrate because he's been driving from New Mexico to Wyoming and back for the last 2 weeks. So we're trying to figure out when to orchestrate when I can pick that up from him. In other news, Sunday I pick up Solomon stuff, so I'll finally ride the dance hall so everyone can fuck off asking for that. And Nitro just texted me and said that they're sending boards, which the box weighs 44 pounds, so I'm assuming that's 6 to 8 snowboards. And I hit up Capita this week and should have a Mega Mercury, Pathfinder, and an Outsiders coming for review. If you're a member of Angry Snowboarder VIP, June 1st, early written reviews start dropping on there. So I think right now there's almost 50 that are coming. So all of June, you'll get a review a day. Start of July, it goes to bindings. Then about the 7th or 8th, it switches back to snowboards. So, yeah, just doing that type of stuff. So, yeah. That's what we got going on there. So hopefully everyone's staying safe. Also, got the first shot of the vaccine and I did not die. Got Pfizer. I'll probably die after the second one, when the microchip becomes active and then my brain explodes and Bill Gates will know when I'm pooping and shit like that. But yeah, so if you haven't gotten vaccinated, you're worried about it, I think you should do your research. I survived. Be well hydrated before you go. Eat food. The worst side effect was I had a low-grade fever for 2 hours, and I was sleepy, but I'd been up since 3:30 in the morning, so I crashed at 9:30 at night, woke up 7 the next morning, and I promptly got up and drove down to Denver and got a bunch of new prizes to give away for you guys. So, in the future here, we got some cool stuff to give away, though. We got Air Blaster jacket, little vintage colorway. Looks like the old Dub brand gear. So we got that. But the big one is I went all in and bought 4 pairs of electric goggles and 1 pair of Volcom, which are basically rebranded electric goggles because they have the deal with them. But I bought 5 pairs of goggles from the rep sale that was going on down there for Solomon. So, we'll be giving away some real goggles instead of shitty knockoff ones. There's a set of Air Blaster pants, an Air Blaster hoodie. I bought 2 snowboards to give away. So there's a 143 Solomon Gypsy that may have fallen off the back of the Repmobile on the highway. I'm not sure. It's kind of scratched up in the tips, but everything else is fine. And I bought a 150 Solomon Assassin because people were bitching that I never give anything small enough away. So we got that going on there. So, yeah. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's see. And yeah, so get your questions in. I'm going to try to answer them. There's 50 of you. We're going to just keep this thing going. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. Stickers, that's what we're giving away right now, or chances to enter into a future prize draw. There is a contest coming. I will have a video up in the next few days for the month of April, and I'll be giving away this 156 Rosinal Sashimi. I'm the only one that's ridden it. I took it out of the wrapper for a review, but I'll be giving that away. And the way that contest is going to go, we're going to do a 20 questions contest. I'm going to allow people to submit questions on the video, and basically the ones with the most upvotes and the ones that I choose are going to be the ones, and that's a 1 in 20 chance. I'm going to basically put a number on the wheel, which will be the number in order of the question that I take. So every question will be assigned a number. And when I answer your question, spin of the wheel. And I'm going to answer them on a live stream. And that's basically what we got coming up. And then if a woman wins, I've got a 149 Rosinal After Hours. So we got a few options there. So we got Blake Cutter looking for a spin. Person under you gets entered into a future prize draw. All right, so that's Patrick, and he's got a question. Want to grab a mellow camber board for park and side heads other than the new Pathfinder? What should be on my short list? I'd look at the Ride King. I would check out the new artifact from Rome as well. Let's see. There's a bunch of stuff on there. New Scotty Stevens is actually pretty good too. I like the new Adit from Telos, or you could do the Chillum too as well, but the Adit was a little more jibby and playful in my opinion. In there, that thing's possessed. So there's that. Let's see what else is out there. Oh, you can do like the Rosinal Retox. That's always a good one. What else? I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of them out there. You might like the Marhar Invasion too. That's another good one as well. All right, so we got Marco Figueroa here for the fuckhouse jokes. Oh, we're all here for the fuckhouse jokes. I mean, let's just be real. The biggest joke is that he's a joke. He did get clowned by Last Resort though. Smash the like button, people. Smash the like button. Oh my god. That guy is such a fucking kook, sitting around crying. Vail's all about the money. Boy, what'd you fucking think? They're a publicly traded company. It's all about their bottom line. Their stock's selling for $300 a share. A year ago at this time, it was selling for $125 a share. Which, if you did not heed my advice about a year ago when I was like, you should probably buy Vail Resort stock because it's going to bounce back. Yeah, it bounced back. Some of you I know made money. I know this. This is like snowboard stonks over here. All right, we got Rod Kings. After a long research, and thank you to you, I finally got a Telus / They got a good discount right now. Spin the wheel and also spray skiers. Yeah, Telus has a discount going on. So, you can always check out my reviews of the Telus boards and then click the link, the affiliate link, and I'll make a commission because, making commissions is good because then I can buy more prizes for you. Oof. Middle finger. That's rough. Kelvin Hames, no dance hall review yet? No, you'll get a dance hall review in 2022 if you're lucky. Play your cards right. Until then, fuck off. I'm sick of answering that fucking question. That's where I'm at with that one. Okay, Baron Hutto, when's the best time to get a 2022 board going for the kink? Fall or wait till after Christmas? I mean, everything fucking sold out this year. Like, this has been the most insane sell-through that I've ever seen for snowboarding, probably since the 90s. It was crazy just how much shit is sold out this year. You want it? You better buy it when it drops in the fall in September, October. Be like, swoop it up, because if you don't, you're probably going to miss out. Like, that's where I'm at. Everyone kind of realized if they underproduce and drive up the demand, it'll sell through. So that's realistically where the fuck we're at with everything. So, yeah. Okay, we got Cab 3 Tryhard. Best jib bindings. Will forces work? I mean, yeah. I think they're fucking garbage. I own a pair. I literally own a set of forces. I bought these and I hate them. Union can't say shit to me because I paid for these and I fucking hate them. I'm giving them away. Fuck these things. I mean, if you're going to jib, might as well go to a Contact Pro. If you're doing Union or a Strata, be better than that. Otherwise, I really dig the Rome Vice, although they're pretty much sold out. You could check out like a C6 from Ride, Burton Malavita, but you got to be careful of that wing on the back of it because on the base, because when you twist the binding, it pushes down. The Flex TT would be a really good jib binding as well. Andreas, any Slim Whitman appearances lately? No Slim Whitman appearances. No random texts, no voicemails, nothing. No random package gifts from him. Kind of worried that Slim went back to the wacky farm, so he's locked up in the whack ward. But, yeah. Okay, we got Kevius Billy with a PSA. Keep the Stoke alive, spray skiers, boof baby laxatives, and drink rattlesnake seamen. Seamen. Not seamen. Seamen. Like men of the sea. Not like the semen that comes out of a man. So you gotta drink rattlesnake seamen, which would be really scary. I mean, rattlesnakes at sea, snakes on a boat. Doesn't sound as fun as snakes on a plane. All right, let's give you a spin. All right, remember to subscribe. All right. Let's see. We got Carlos Enriquez. Been ripping super stiff groomers these past few mornings. What's a good board for these conditions? Oh my God, it's been so fucking firm in Colorado right now. Oh, it's stiffer than Slim when he's thinking of Jenny Trang. Oh, it's been rough. Basically, you want to have a good sharp edge, something that's kind of damp. I've been really digging the new Amplid stuff. I rode the Pennaquark today. I think I'm in love. Like, that thing rides better than my Cafe Racer from Karua. Yeah, I think, But you want something that's kind of damp, going to have decent edge hold. So if you're, like, looking at Mervin, maybe you'd go with, like, a Libtech Dynamo, or a Libtech TRS, one of those, like, slightly stiffer things. Even a GNU Gremlin would be solid like that. Otherwise, you could do like a K2 Alchemist, a Jones Aviator, which might be a little overkill, but even the Ultra Flagship should be pretty solid. Like, there's options out there. The big thing, wait till after 10:30 to go ride. Then it softens up. That's what I've been doing. I have been getting to the mountain very, very late. Except yesterday. I got there early and smashed Thigh Deep Pow. I got all the Thigh Deep Pow tracked it out and then left by 11 o'clock. Oof. That's rough. Okay, we got Sex 1607. What happened to the Angry Podcast and where's Kevin? Started watching the older stuff and it's super interesting. The return on the investment wasn't that good. It was a pain in the ass, and then the pandemic hit, and Kevin and I schedule-wise and shit, it just didn't work out. And then, Kevin died in a freak cheese grating accident in Qdoba. Rest in peace, Kevin. Rest in peace. And, that's where we're at. Maybe we'll resurrect Kevin at some point or the podcast. I don't know. One of the ideas that I'm actually toying with for this fall, depending, and it's a big depending, but we need to have a bigger push on membership of Angry Snowboarder VIP. But I could hire an editor to handle all the bullshit. But he and I were talking about taking the audio from all the reviews and making a daily podcast review. So every day you would just get a new audio podcast you could listen to. And so that was something that we've toyed with, an idea there. I don't rule out the idea of bringing the podcast back. What I rule out is it's all about time right now and focus, and I'm waiting for June to take a fucking vacation because I really want a frigging vacation. So yes, that's where we're at. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's see. Bad ideas of the year from Vincent Dew. Oh, I got one for you because someone tagged me in this bullshit yesterday on Instagram. Where the fuck is this? And I think I've shit on this, but it's called the ride Bodies. Oh my god, this is like let me go to the crappy ass profile. So you see this? Looks like a riser plate, except there's that weird pin. That mounts to the bottom of your fucking boot. So that little fucking pin pops to the bottom of your boot. No binding at all. Just a fucking bullshit puck with that. And then your foot swivels around on top of the board. It's not locked down. So you got this little pin bullshit that's there. And, dude, this thing is like, you see that? That's, like, why the fuck would you ever want that shit? Like who the fuck wants that shit on your board, dude? And, like, the funny thing is, I remember when this guy actually invented it. Where's the photo? No, he doesn't, yeah. So, he was fucking at SIA, Outdoor Retailer, one year, walking around trying to push it to people. And he'd actually reached out to Kevin and was like, hey, I want to talk to you guys about this. And Kevin just kept ignoring him. And we kept seeing him, like, we'd be at a booth and he'd be over there. And I was like, yo, Kevin, we got to run. And we'd, like, scamper away, hiding from it. And the guy actually emailed me. And I think my response was, this looks like the stupidest fucking thing ever. But the best was he broke it while showing someone how it worked. And he was like, well, I can just go to Home Depot and fix it. You could too if you bought it and it broke. Like, why would I want a pin that sits right in my arch being what holds me in and then having my foot swivel around on there? Like, his promo videos that he has, whoever he's got riding fucking sucks dicks with their butthole. Fucking probably learned how to ride from, like, Snowboard Pro Camp and Buckhouse and just fucking don't know what the fuck they're doing. But you can see the ankles going like this, and then it's also tweaking and rolling. And I'm looking at that going, that's not just a blown knee. That's like probably a blown ankle. Like, you're just going to snap it right off. And I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. Although I do want to do like a top 5 worst binding inventions that were actually created so we can all just laugh at how bad it is. Oh my God. That has been just, we're only 4 months into the year. Why is this shit still out there? Like, it's awful. Also, evidently, there's an Instagram account called Butthole Snowboards. I really hope they make a snowboard with a butthole in the tail that sprays snow out of it. That would be the funniest shit on earth. But yeah. All right, so we got Igor K. Here goes for the dance hall and a middle finger on the wheel. I'll give you a middle finger right here. Ugh. Ooh, we get to plug our official sponsor. Shout out to Marhar Snowboards for being the first company to step up and sponsor the Angry Snowboarder live stream. You know? So if you need a snowboard with a custom graphic on it, check out marharsnowboards.com. Link down below. Ugh. Okay. Michael Kulig. Avran, thoughts on the Mega Merc bridging the gap between that and the Black Snowboard to Death, or cashing in on the success and hype of the Super DO? So what happened is this year's, the 2021 Black Snowboard to Death, is probably the softest one that I've ridden in the last 10 years. I really liked it. It fit well for the side cut, how everything was, but people were bitching that it wasn't like what it should be. So for 2022, they actually beefed up the Black Snowboard of Death again. So what I think the Mega Merc is it's Black Snowboard to Death, beefy, hardcore free ride, which I've ridden it. Then it'll be the Mega Merc will essentially be this year's Black Snowboard to Death, and then there'll be the Mercury. And that makes a logical progression of those three with Capita. It makes the most sense to me. I do know that supposedly they shipped one out. I should have it either tomorrow or maybe early next week to ride. And that's one I'm really looking forward to going out and just ripping around on. Dean West, what is the best Mervin contour for hot, wet, wet slush? Do you mean camber profile? Contour? I don't know, something that's slightly beveled? Go take your board into the shop and put a 1.5 degree base bevel on it. Raise that edge up so it doesn't. I mean, realistically, straight slush, reverse camber. I mean, you're not going to have any control, but, you know, you have a saucer sled between your feet. Go buy a skate banana and hate your life. I mean, that's what I would do, but no. Ugh. Ugh. Ford Phillips, does the Mercury have a directional flex? It says so on the Capita website, but all the reviews I see seem to call it twin-ish. Yeah, twin-ish. It's like you'd have to be paying so much fucking attention to the flex in the nose to be like, oh, it is a little softer. Most people won't even fucking notice it. Then again, I'm convinced most people don't notice half the shit that I do, and then they're like, oh, yeah, I never noticed it. Yeah, well, of course you didn't fucking notice it, you know? Most people don't look for that subtle nuance. I mean, in all honesty, I'm sick of all these people like, I can't ride switch unless it's on a twin. If I can fucking hit a jump switch on a K2 Cool Bean, you can hit one on a fucking directional twin snowboard and be fine. So, yeah. Big Bull Trout, did you see the clip of Fridge hitting the tree in the middle of the run? Looked painful. That's what you get for wearing a backpack. That's his penance. Ugh. You get what you deserve. Oh, something just popped in my shoulder. That felt great. All right, so we're up to almost 100 people in here. So if you're just tuning in, get your questions over in the chat box. I'm going to try to answer them. We're going to go through everything. Super Chats, get a spin of the wheel. You can win prizes or be entered into a future prize draw. We do have some contests coming up. Most notably for April this year is I'll be giving away this Rosnell Sashimi 156. We're going to do a 20 questions contest giveaway. I'll have an official video coming out sometime in the next few days, if not early next week. And basically what you're going to do is submit a question and the comments section of that video. The ones with the most upvotes that I choose, upvotes don't guarantee that it's going to get chosen, but they do help put it to the top of the pile. I'm going to pick 20 questions, and all I'm going to do in one of the live streams at the end of the month is answer those 20 questions, and there's going to be a number on the wheel, and basically the wheel's going to get a spin. If it hits your number, you win the snowboard. So you got a 1 in 20 chance. So that's kind of where it's at there. And I might just go through all the questions and then do 20 spins in a row, and we'll just see where it is. But that's what I'm going to do to get for you guys. So, yeah, giving away a 156 Rosal Sashimi. I am the only one that rode this. I took it out of the wrapper. I would say it's a 9.9 out of 10 for how good it actually is and the shape it's in. So, you got that. Also, got some stuff for future giveaways. Got a set of Union Forces, some Rome Vices. I bought some Air Blaster outerwear. We got a bunch of electric goggles to give away. We also still have that limited edition PBR Capita Slush Slasher, Capita/Spring Break Slush Slasher. There's a 149 Rosnell After Hours, 150 Rosnell Jigsaw, 148 War Pig as well. And there's also a 150 Solomon Assassin that'll be coming up for giveaway. So we got plenty of giveaways coming up in the future here too. So always be checking in on that. So okay, we got Jacob. All Mountain Freestyle, ride algorithm, or any other recommendations? The ride algorithm is super solid. I also like the Captain Mercury. You're probably not going to find one. The Yes Typo. I like the Yes Standard as well. And I just rode the basic unink Romain de Marche the other day too, and it's full camber now. That was actually really, really fun as well. Rome Agent always sits up on that list. So there's plenty of great boards out there for everyone. Okay. Colin B. Thoughts on the Battalion, a Party Wave Plus. Looking to add to the quiver, got a War Pig already. You're going to have some overlap with that War Pig. Granted, the Party Wave Plus is more directional in there. I also find that it's better in powder just with that 3D shaping in there. You will have some overlap with the two of those, though. So it comes down to that. If you haven't checked out the review, definitely check out the review of the Party Wave Plus. Oh, we've got a super chat from Marco Figueroa. Union overrated? I mean, I think they are. People always argue with me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I bought 2 pairs this year. 2. I bought them. Bought them with cash money from my local shop, The Underground. I bought a set of Atlases, which I gave away, and someone ganked from the friggin' kid that won. Like they stole them at the distribution center. They ripped the box open, put the bindings out, taped the box back up, and let it go on its way to his house. That's some serious bullshit right there. So I wrote those. That was an okay binding. The Force is fucking overrated. The Force is horribly overrated. I've ridden the Strata before. It was okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's better bindings. I think there's worse bindings out there. Like, I don't understand the blind fanaticism for them. Like, right now I'm riding Rome bindings. I've got gripes with them. My screws keep coming loose and everything. I got to go get some clear nail polish and tighten everything and crank it down. But I'm just going to wait till the end of the season and then make a video on it and do that. But at the end of the day, I'd love to go back to K2 bindings, but they're friggin' 3 degrees of canting. Like, why do I need this much canting? I don't get it. My knees are fine. I don't need to go wider in my stance. I ride a 21.5-inch stance. I'm fine. It's great. So, it is what it is. So, yeah. Let's give you a spin, Marco. Remember to stay hydrated, people. It's key. It's key. Hydration is key. All right, Marco. You won yourself a small sticker pack. You know the drill. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder, and give me that address, and I'll get that in the mail. So, which I haven't sent out last week's live stream stickers yet. I've been really fucking busy and lazy, and I don't really care. Okay, Josh Wilkes. Were you giving away a Marhar Lumberjack also? You mean that one right there, the custom one? Yes, but you're going to fucking work for that one. That thing is going to sit in the back taunting everyone for months on end. That's one of 2. I'm not even putting the other one up for sale until the fall probably, and it's going to have a ridiculous price tag, like $1,500. I don't even care. Fuck everyone. selling that thing for $1,500 is a complete and utter joke just to see if anyone actually buys it. Someone will probably buy it. Should probably sell it for $2,000. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. What do we got here? Mom, HKH9. I need new bindings for a really old Nitro Storm. It is a 8 to 10 stiffness and full camber. Do you have any recommendations? I mean, yeah. I'd put the stiffest Nitro binding you could find on it, which I think is the Phantom Carver. Put that on there. It makes the most sense to match that up. Actually, no, there's one above that. It's like some obscene binding, I think, too. From Nitro, but I'd put the Phantom Carver on there. I'd check that Nitro, those Nitro bindings out. Otherwise, you could always do like the staples, like a Cartel X, Jones, or a Now Drive, maybe a Union Atlas if you really wanted to. So yeah. Let's see. Bob Mercanu, thoughts on Slashboards overall? I really just don't even. I keep forgetting it's even a brand at this point. That's how little I care about it. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it still exists. I guess the U.S. distributor rep reached out to me in the fall and was like, hey, and I told him how we do things. And he's like, I don't think I can do that. And I was just like, okay, I don't think I can ride your stuff. I'm okay with that. Shit fucking happens. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't even know where they're built anymore. I don't even know how they're financed. Kevin and I were actually talking about it. That's right. I laid out some candles in a pentagram, had a little seance. The corpse of Kevin came up after his freak cheese grating accident that killed him. And we talked about it. And he even said he didn't know what was going on with him. So, yeah. So there's that. Keith Gunderson. What's the difference between the Burton Cartel and the Cartel X? The stiffness. The X is stiffer. That's the big thing in there. That's the biggest difference in it is the overall flex in it. It's just the way that they make it. It is stiffer. That's the easiest way to do it. I got banned for life from Vail Resorts. You suplex one guy in the lift line and suddenly you're the asshole? What? I lost a kidney? That dude got fucking laid out on his neck. Told the story a fucking 1,000 times. Stop asking this bullshit question. Fucking do some research. It's not that fucking hard. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Well, get those questions in. Oh, RC5. Are the district bindings from Solomon any good? I like Solomon bindings, and I always forget to plug them. They're kind of underrated, and that's the big thing with it. Now, that soft heel cup that they do, the shadow fit, isn't for everyone. You get that ankle movement, and you get that lateral play. You lose a little bit of the drive, especially when you push into it laterally in there. But Solomon actually makes a really good binding. I just completely forget to mention them most times. So, yeah. So, anyways, if you're just tuning in, you got questions, get them in the chat box. I'm going to try to answer them. We're going to do that. Super chats do get a spin of the wheel. Next week, we'll have some prizes back on the wheel at some point, but right now it's just stickers. Also, we got to do that Rosnell Sashimi giveaway. And shout out to the first official sponsor of the Snowboard Stoke livestream, Marhar Snowboards. If you need a custom board with your graphic, check out Marhar Snowboards. Link down below. If you don't need a custom graphic, check out Marhar Snowboards. They have something kind of for everyone. So, So we got that going on. Oh, this is a great question from Steos2000. How does the stiffness rating of boots work? Is it comparable between the brands? I'll tell you exactly how it works. The designer comes in and meets with the marketing person. The marketing person brings in someone from the team. Then they bring in a bunch of the office people and they sit around and they grab the boot and they flex it and they go, that feels like a 7, feels like a 6, feels like a 9. And then they take the sum of all that, add it together, and that's some bullshit number that's completely fucking unquantifiable, and that's how you get that flex rating. It is completely unquantifiable across all brands. It's completely uncomparable as well from all brands. Like, it's a joke. Like binding flex, or boot flex, when they're like, it's a 9, it's a 10. What the fuck does that number mean? I mean, I get it. Higher the number generally means the stiffer it's going to be, but like, I love it when people are like, I need a boot that's like a 7.65 flex, and I'm like, did you try on anything? Did you try on any fucking boots? Did it feel good to you? No, that's it. Like, I go and I get the stiffest boot possible because I ride so much, and I know it's going to be soft and mushy at the end of the season when I want to ride park spring laps. It's great. I love it. That's how I do things. But boot flex is just like, it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Like, it's a bunch of guys standing around flexing the boot. Yeah, okay, that's a 7. That's a 6. Like, I mean, yeah, there's different additives like your back spine and stuff. If it's got an articulated cuff, they can all play into how they flex. But, I mean, you want to tell me that the stiffest boot from 32 is going to be the same as the stiffest boot from K2? It's not even in the same principle. The stiffest boot that 32 makes is probably going to be just above a mid-flex by any other brand. But then like a stiff DC to a stiff ride, completely different. Even ride to K2 is completely different. Burton, then you take into the fact that you have to remember that your boots, the day you get them and try them on, that first time you try them on and flex into them, that's the stiffest that boot's ever going to fucking be. It only gets softer from there, and it's just going to get softer and softer as you ride them on more and more, which is part of the reason why I say the best boot is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. If you need a mid-flexing boot, but you ride 100 days a year, buy something a little stiffer. Yeah, the first couple days are going to suck until it breaks in, but it's going to stay stiffer longer. So, yeah. All right, we got yellow backpack, guys. Spin for Slim. Rest in peace, Slim. Rest in peace, Mr. Whitman. Slim Whitman. Ooh. It's going to bounce. Nope. All right. Person underneath you is getting entered into a future prize drawing, and that is Tibby TT. So we got that going on. So someone else is getting put in the boot for a future prize drawing, which that will probably come up. We'll do that probably when I get back from vacation. Don't forget, the month of June, I am completely going on vacation. I'm checking the fuck out. Heading east to go see the family, eating a lot of shitty-ass food and good pizza, and it's going to be fucking great. I'm going to get fat, and I don't care. All right. We got Blake Cutter looking for another spin. Let's go for Blake. All right, Blake, you won yourself a medium sticker pack. Email me info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and I will get that in the mail, I don't know, sometime in the future. All right. Let's see. All right, Joe X, congrats on the sponsorship. Spin to win. All right, we're giving you a spin to win. Oof, that's a rough one. Oh, smash that like button, people. Smash the like button. All right. Michael Kulig, for getting a sponsor. Congrats. Good on you, Marshall. I don't know who Marshall is. That's a reference I don't get. God, I wish more companies would sponsor this. I could retire fuck, I just want to retire. All right, Michael, you know the drill. Send me that address, and I will get that in the mail to you. So, info at Angry Snowboarder, and I'll get that in there. I know you won some last time, so just probably put them all together. Kevius Billy, is there any particular brand whose boot stiffness degrades least over time? So the big thing with boot degradation is it's going to come down to the use, but it also comes down to the materials in there. So you really want to look at like what kind of foam are they using in the liner. So you look at that, like, 32 is a partner with Intuition, but not all Intuition foam is the same. So like, here's an old set of K2 Thraxis liners that I've had. This is an Intuition Pro. This foam is completely different than what 32 uses, even though it's from the same company. This foam tends to not break down as fast as their foam. So it's the quality of the foam in there. The other thing to look at, one of the big ones, is the back spines in the boots. So depending on how they make it, so like K2 has something called endo construction, which is a urethane high back spine in the boot. That's not going to pack out. That's not going to snap. That's just going to keep its rebound. They do the same thing with 32, but you look at this one here, and it's actually like more of a rubberized plastic, some kind of composite material in there and whatnot. This isn't going to have the exact same rebound in there, so it may crease. Then you look at, like, let's say, I'm just going to shit on Nike because I love shitting on Nike and I'm so happy they're out of snowboarding. They actually use cardboard in their back spines, so they would snap the back spines. That's no support in there. Burton used to do a two-piece back spine, and they got away from that. But it really comes down to like how the materials in the boot. Like, you really got to read through. Like, when you're looking at the boot, the best thing you can do, like, go to the shop. Always go to a shop to buy your snowboard boot. Like, look at the boot, grab the toe, grab the top like this, and flex it. And look at how the ankle articulation, if it bows out, and look at how it rebounds in the back spine of the boot. If it's got a slower rebound in there, like you look at it and it doesn't want to spring right back and stay in its shape, look and see if there's and see if you can feel a two-piece going on in there, two-piece construction, anything like that, like a seam. Keep an eye on that. And, and just look at all that stuff. The other thing is check that articulation right there and see how it's sewn in there, and make sure that, so like when it flexes, there is a give, but it's not going to bow out in there. There's different things you got to really, really look at. Boot Fitting 101 series will be getting overhauled this summer. That's a top priority when I come back from vacation to work on that. So we're going to try to get that done and do Boot Fitting 201. I really want to get into a whole series of really breaking down boot technology and stuff. I'm trying to work a deal with some shops on getting boots in so I can like go in when they show up, come in, shoot like up close stuff, spin them around, and then do a whole video breaking down like low end, medium end, high end boots. Hopefully. No guarantee that that's ever going to actually happen, but I'm really hoping that it would. All right. Let's give you a spin. Remember to wear your masks, people. Wear your masks, wash your hands. I know we're all getting tired of hearing the same bullshit. We're a year into this pandemic. We just need to make it a few more friggin' weeks. Get some more people vaccinated. Get ahead of this potential next surge. Let's just be smart with it. We're doing our part. We got to do our part a little bit more. It sucks. I know we're all over it. Believe me, I want to run around, get sunburned on my face, curse the fucking shiny cancer orb, then climb back into my dungeon and become pasty white until next fall. But we all got to do this, and at least masks protect me from the shiny cancer orb. So, and, especially when people want to spit in my mouth for some reason. I don't understand what that's all about, but people want to do that. I don't know. I get a lot of messages from that. It's really weird. So, yeah. I don't know. People got weird kinks. Okay. Carlos Enriquez, let's get a middle finger for the troglodyte anti-mask tourist that we had to deal with all winter. I wanted to say thank you to anyone that did travel to any destination and abided by their local guidelines and regulations and stuff and did your part. Like, thank you. Thank you. Colorado did very well this year. We were able to have our season. There was a lot of you guys that did well. To the ones that didn't do well and were dickholes and wanted to fight about it, didn't tip, were rude and discourteous and just, well, where I'm from, well, we're not where you're from. You're from a fucking shithole. That's why you fucking came here. I don't travel to your shithole town, so why did you travel here to be a disrespectful twat waffle? Those people, I hope they get fist fucked with a razor blade gauntlet and die. So, yes. Oof. You win nothing. Nothing. You win nothing. That's awful. All right. Let's see. Eric Chen, spin for Rome bindings are being underrated. I don't think they're underrated. I think the people that know, and the people that don't care, don't care. I feel like that's kind of where we're at. Remember to subscribe, people. Also, if you're just tuning in, you got questions, get them in the chat box. Let me answer some stuff. I feel like I'm not, either I've answered everyone's friggin' question possibly forever, or there's just not enough people that need questions answered. Also, if I'm not live streaming and you do have a question that you need answered, you can always go to angrysnowboarderstore.com and hire me to be your personal shopper. That's another shameless plug. Which there will be new merchandise coming to the store soonish. I got to sample some stuff before I make it public. So, yeah. All right. Just my thoughts. Awesome channel angry. Red Dead wannabe from New Jersey. I started learning to snowboard 3 years ago at 41. Congratulations. Upgraded to a 2019 DOA from an 09 Rome agent. I know you're not a big fan of the DOA. Will I regret my purchase? No, you're fine. I actually don't have a problem with the DOA. It's the old DOA I had problems with. Like the 2018 forward, they're fine. So 19 is actually a really good one. Should be fine for what you're looking to do. Plus you're over in Jersey, so, shout out to Mountain Creek. My boy Pat Morgan running the marketing department during this pandemic. He's my boy. Also, you can go ride Big Snow AD. 365 days of snowboarding year-round. So you got that going on for you. And you give a super chat, so you get a spin. Remember to wash your hands. That's just good hygiene advice, especially if you touch anything a snow carny touched. You might get the itis. All right, we got Jack Ripper. Satan actually hates you all. P.S. Last resort was Stan ripped on Fuckhouse in the last video just for a second, but he did. Yes, Jimmy Fuckhouse got ripped on by Stan in last resort. It was probably the only thing that I cared to watch in that because I really don't care about Stan. But yeah, fuck Jonathan Buckhouse. That kid is such a kook. He's been sitting around. He's like, I'm trying to do my job, and it's hard to do my job. I'm paid to snowboard. No, you're paid to vlog. There's a difference. And you're just doing that. Like, you're not a good snowboarder. You're not even really a snowboarder. You're a person that fucking snowboards. Just fucking own it. There's nothing wrong with it owning it. That's where it is. You'll never be a snowboarder because people that are snowboarders are just like, God, that guy is the worst. Like, Todd Richards and I were shitting on him today in DMs on Instagram. That's how fucking, because Todd even brought it up to me that he got ripped on in last resort. Like, oh, we got a reverse spin again. But yeah, like, fuck him, dude. He's such a fucking kook. And he's just like sitting around. He's like, I work hard and I'm an honest person. I'm like, dude, you're fake as fuck. You'd sell your fucking family out for anything. You push shitty fucking products because no real brand wants to work with you. I say this coming in as someone that has done this for 20 fucking years, being an online influencer and snowboarding before it was influencer marketing. I can literally tell you how many different brands, products I've raised up over the years. It's like, fuck, it's not that hard. Real brands will work with you if you don't suck. Except you suck so much on top of the fact you're a 31-year-old man with the voice of a 12-year-old boy that's been kicked in the dick. Like, go, get your shit to fucking together. Also, wash your hands. I need to wash mine. I need to wash my mouth out. I need to wash my eyes out after that rant. Ugh, it's the worst. Fort Phillips. Any deck similar to the Capita Mercury, but a true twin. The outer space of living is too soft for me. That's where you would go to, like, the indoor survival, or even up to an Outsiders if you stayed with Capita. Otherwise, go with the Jones Mountain twin. It's kind of, even though they made it a little softer than that. Otherwise, the rock. Oh, that's, well, you gotta have a true twin, huh? Oh my god, just fucking learn how to ride with like this much setback. It's not gonna fucking kill you. You could also do like the Marhart Dark Side would be pretty close. Let's see. Yes, Standard is actually pretty comparable too, as well. So yeah, there. Okay, we got Dustin Buck looking for a spin to win. Oof. He did not spin to win. He lost. Okay, Dustin Buck. Burton binding recommendation for the new Gremlin. I put a cartel on there. I think that's ideal. If you're really looking to charge more, bump it up to the Cartel X because it's going to give you that stiffer flex in there. But the Cartel should be the perfect one for the GNU Gremlin. Okay. C. Elio, can you give your top 5 Colorado resorts? I've got a military epic for next year, but I'm entertaining other options too. Love the channel. Hope you like epic lines. So my top 5 resorts go like this. Number 5 would be Beaver Creek because you get free cookies, warm, fresh baked cookies every fucking day, and then a champagne toast. So you can get champagne and cookies for free every friggin' day. On top of the fact, on a powder day, after you've hammered your body riding powder, they got that cat train that goes around. You can ride fresh corduroy back to the base. It's great. I love every minute of that. You're like, I'm beat. Whoa, fresh corduroy. And you're just like, right back down. So yeah, Beaver Creek. Super, 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 super solid resort, right? So that. Number 4, A-Basin. Not the biggest, not the best, kind of the most classic vibe. They're limiting season pass sales for next year as well as lift ticket sales. They're putting a cap so that there's more acreage per rider. I love the fact that they're doing that. I've been a pass holder for just them for about 6-7 years, but on and off, I've been riding there for 15, 16 years now. I think I've owned like 8 passes there over the time just for them. Can't go wrong with it. When the snow's good and it's firing midweek, that place is great. Saturday, it's a shit show, right? Number 3, Steamboat. It's where old people like me go to die and ride powder into the sunset. It's low angle, it's light and fluffy, it's never too crowded. That's what Steamboat's all about. All right. Ugh. Okay, what are we on? Number 2 here? Number 2, Powderhorn. Why? Because it's all the way on fucking western Colorado and no one fucking goes there. It's built into the side of a mesa, so it goes like this to this. They have a chairlift that takes 18 and a half minutes. It's a single. I love the fact that it's a single. I don't have to talk to anyone. It also goes straight up at one point. I like that. And number 1, Copper Mountain. Best terrain park in the world. Best vibe in the world. Great mix of all types of terrain, just even on the front side. You don't even need to ride the backside, and yet there's a backside if you want it. You can hike to relatively great wide open terrain with ease on there. The way that mountain flows together is perfect. I love every minute of it. Love that place. Can't go wrong. So there you go. Remember, fire cures everything, including my raging case of herpes. Josh Wilkes, is the Mercury going to be available and wide this year? No, next year's. When it comes out in the fall, will be wide. So, and I just asked for the new Mercury to review so I can redo the review because I know they changed the side cut on it. Bro, gnarly. If you could pick one twin board for park for the rest of your life, what would it be? It's literally sitting right there, the Marhar Lumberjack. Conversely, I'd also ride it for Powder Park. That's all I want to ride now. I'm getting too old for park. My knees are literally turning to dust as we speak right now. If you listen carefully, you can hear the hiss of the nitrogen in my body just seeping out through the skin as everything just depletes in my knees. I mean, I'm going to have to get robotic legs at some point. Okay, Alexi Somik. Hey, Avran, are now bindings really that different from other bindings, and is their technology worth upgrading to? Thanks as always. It's not for everyone. That's what I say. But yes, it is. It is a completely different ride in there because it sits on that pivot system that they call skate tech. So when you go down on your toes, it's pulling the heel up at the same time, but keeping it that power distribution evenly. So you get actually more power going down. So you go toe, heel. You're getting it. It's not for everyone. It has some of the most powerful response I've ever used in edge, but you lose lateral play because the way that triangle piece with the skate tech, so like you got the circle and it comes up and basically how it hooks to the chassis changes everything. It's not for everyone. Really ask yourself, do I need a lot of lateral flex? If you do, like I like lateral flex, it's part of the reason I haven't gone to now bindings personally because I just don't have that lateral flex that I want. Okay, Marco Figueroa, pop on the Lumberjack versus the Lumberjack X. In terms of pop, it's about the same. It's how you engage them that is different. The Lumberjack is skate style, so you're riding along, you can just roll back and snap, and you're in the air. Lumberjack X, you got to weight that camber, hit that flat section so it actuates it and it snaps. You got to be a little more precise and a little more conscientious of how you're going to load it to get that pop. That's really the big difference between the two because otherwise the flex is still the same in them. And it also just changes how they engage when you're like, if you're going to pop off your edge, you're pushing down in that camber on the LJX, whereas with the regular Lumberjack, it's just flat in there. So you're just like, it's there. That's really the big difference between those in there. Personally, I'm a regular Lumberjack guy. Like I never wanted that board to have camber. Nate decided, Nate Morse, the owner, decided that he wanted to do it. But when we were designing the actual Lumberjack, my whole theory on this was flat rocker in the tip, sideways rocker, so it's got that 3D shaping into it. Then they've actually changed the tip shape compared to where I really wanted it because hand bending that edge was a pain in the ass. It was taking them like 45 minutes to bend the edge, so production-wise, it just didn't make sense. But the original one with the shape and what we did was it was designed to act like a powder hull and push everything out because I designed that board for riding Breckenridge log jibs, which it's so funny how many people buy Lumberjacks and have never hit a log jib with it. I'm just like, go fucking hit a log jib. You'll understand. You will just understand, especially, or go ride Powder Park where the snow is on the jibs. You'll see what I'm talking about, how it funnels it out and everything in there. That was the whole concept of that board. And now it's like morphed into this, like, I ride it for park. I ride it for everything. It's the best board I've ever owned. And I'm just like, well, we knocked it out of the park and then the marketing was a little better than it should have been. And now people are buying it that realistically probably need a different board, but hey, fuck it. They bought it. Who cares? All right, let's give you a spin. All right, pray to the altar of snowboarding. Pray, all of us. We must all pray to the altar of snowboarding. So, yeah. Okay, what do we got here? Burko, which powder board made you float so well you thought it was unsinkable? I rode my Endeavor Archetype in 4.5 feet of powder at Copper. Was it last year? 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. I think 2 seasons ago. I was like first person off accelerator, and Super B hadn't even got people to the top yet. So the only track down was Ski Patrol. I just got that thing hydroplaning so fast down the race course that I couldn't sink. I mean, I was only leaving like that much of an impression on like this much snow, and it was great. I love that board so much. I need to get another one. uh, Glenn NT, I hear nothing but love, and I need an archetype in my quiver now. What size do you suggest? I'm 5'7", 175 pounds, and wear a 9 US boot. Get the 157 or the 159 or whatever it is. I think it's a 57, then it's like 59, then there's like a 60 wide and a 58 wide, but I think you probably ideally want the 157. All right. Jimbo 5631. Any advice for riding 3D shape bases? Just picked up a Battalion Camel Toe. Already ride a Frontier, which I know is beveled. Any difference? Oh yeah. Oh, night and day difference. So your Frontier is like maybe this type of shape, and it's about I think like 2 millimeters. That Camel Toe is like. So it's like flat and then angles out. So it's like, and you're going to notice right when you roll it on an edge that it's different. The first thing you should do, take that thing, go straight and go sideways and just skid sideways with your weight, just going down the run and feel how it grips. That's going to change all the dynamic right there. You're going to learn right away that right where that 3BT is, how it grips different in there and whatnot. So because it's camber, you're used. And camber tells you steer out at the contact points. With it being beveled up, you lose that contact point. So it actually brings it back more towards that front foot. So when you initiate it, you're going to be like, holy crap, it's rolling over on edge, but I'm not gripping. And then it's going to really roll over and hit, but it's not going to grip way out at the tip. It's going to grip closer. It's going to be, it's about midway between the tip, where the tip contact point should be, and the outside of the insert pack. So it changes that whole dynamic of everything in there. You just got to be really aware of it. It rides so different. So, all right. Okay. Well, anyways, if you're just tuning in, you got questions, get them in that chat box. I'm going to try to answer them. We're going to just see what we can do here. Super Chat's get a spin of the wheel. Adam, what is it called when you raise your edge a little bit so it's like 1 millimeter higher than your base? That's a bevel. That is a base bevel. So that's all that is. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, man. All right. Anyways, let's see. Not really seeing too many questions. I think things are slowing down. Maybe it's a slow day on the internet. I don't know. So, seems some of you guys really like the look of the old liner. I keep it around for props. Yeah, this thing's got a lot of added foam to it. Got a heel wedge in there, J-bar, back spine wrap, tongue shim in there just to suck up volume. These liners, I think, got them like 250, 300 days out of them. They got too much is what it is. So, yeah. Okay, Robin Kirchhoff. How does the Gremlin compare to the Dynamo? So the Gremlin is more aggressive, steers just a little bit more from the midsection back through, just with the way the camber profile and the shape of that board works. It's got a little bit less tail into it, so when you push off that back foot, you don't have like this length of tail there. It's like you're pretty much right there, I think it's like about that much from the back. Where the Dynamo is a little bit more of a mellow flex, a little more torsionally soft in there. It's a little bit more well-rounded. It's got more of a traditional shape to it. Okay. Joshua Palmieri, thoughts on Jones' top sheet durability? I mean, seems about as durable as anything else. If you run into shit, yeah, it's probably gonna chip. If you're really, really, really fucking worried about your top sheet chipping, get a file, put your board on a bench, take the file, go around the whole top sheet edge, and put a small bevel on it. That way, when someone hits you with their ski or snowboard, it's just gonna plink off and not chip. That's it. Like every time someone's like, "This top sheet's not durable," well, you running into stupid shit. You are. There you fucking go. Like the only one that I really question these days from any brand when it comes to durability is Ride's topless top sheet. That shit it's just too thin. That's all it is. So yeah. Marco Figueroa, if you're going to the boat tomorrow, stay away from the ass eating contest at Schmiggity's. I'm not eating any ass tomorrow. I'm gonna stop by Powder Tools, talk to Thunder Cheeks, say what up to Curtis and Bernie, make some laps with them, drive home, pass out, cry myself back to sleep, wake up on Saturday, curse the peasants, film a whole shitload of reviews, die. R.I.P. to L. Stacker's Adventures. May that troglodyte rest in peace wherever he is. Okay, we got one from J.J. Livingston. How to tell a customer that you can't fix their core shot at Gilson. Walk over and with an open hand, don't close fist, open hand, just smack them right upside the fucking mouth and go, what the fuck were you thinking? Why did you buy a piece of shit brand? What the fuck with a fucking gimmicky bullshit? Like, I can't fix this. No one can fix this. They can't even fix it. They created a proprietary technology that you can't even fucking tune. Fuck them. Fuck them all, and fuck anyone that's dumb enough to buy them. Actually, sell that guy a bunch of swampland in Florida. They're fucking gullible if they bought those pieces of shit. Fuck them all. I love it. Every month I get like 3 fucking Gilson fanboys that are like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, you've never really ridden a real snowboard, have you? I've ridden 5 snowboards. How many have you ridden? And I'm just like, here's a link to the reviews playlist. I don't know. There's like 500 videos in there. Here's a link to Angry Snowboarders reviews, angrysnowboarder.com reviews. I don't know. There's probably like 4,000 or 5,000 snowboards I've reviewed on there. I think I know a thing or two about snowboards. Like, I've hit the point where most stuff I can be like, oh, this is how it's going to ride, and it doesn't surprise me. That thing, I just look at it and go, why the fuck would you do this? Just, no. Top of the fact, Nick Gilson's a fucking skier. He's a closet fucking skier. Trying to say, like, snowboarder. Yeah, dude, went to 1,200 snowboard shops and no one bought that shit. You want to know why? Because it's fucking garbage. Fucking living off your fucking rural development grant you got from the state of Pennsylvania to create rural jobs. That's all it is, dude. You're playing with the fucking taxpayers' money to promote your shitty-ass brand, so all these fucking resorts and sports teams are like, look, we did a collab with these people. Oh, fucking jerking off in my mouth. Oh, fucking worst fucking brand out there. Like, I will retire the day that I put them out of business. Till then, I will keep fighting the fucking good fight. But fuck these kooky fucking brands. And I love how people are like, you've never even ridden one. Yeah, well, you know, I've never been fucked in the ass by a steer either, and I don't plan to find out if I like it or not. I can tell you by looking at it that it's not going to ride good. Fucking, the core is like this fucking thick because of that stupid butter pad soft edge technology they have. They sit so fucking high. You get a core shot on the side of that thing, and because it's stepped out, you can't stone grind it. Yeah, you can stone grind the center of it. You can't do the edges. Like, because it's got this much room, like, there's nothing that'll work. You can't tune it. And every time I've asked about it, they're like, well, you could take it to someone to hand tune it. I'm like, okay, cool. There's 2 shops up here that'll do that. And it's like $200 for me to do that. Your board isn't worth fucking $20. Why the fuck would I do that? Fucking soggy ass, heavy pieces of shit. When I say soggy, I mean they're limp as fuck, but yet they're heavy as shit. Their boards weigh like 10 fucking pounds. A 148 that weighs 10 pounds? What the fuck is this? 1996? Fuck off! Ah! Jesus Christ! Worst fucking brand ever! Ugh. Marco Figueroa. Curtis is the man. Damn right, Curtis is the man. I'd like to plug our official sponsor for today's live stream, Marhar Snowboards. What is a Marhar? I have no fucking clue. But they make their boards in Michigan with love and water from Flint. So it's probably flammable, which is cool. Just joking. All right. Okay, what do we got here? All right. Let's see, where are we? So, Brandon X, hey Avran, have you written any of the yes stuff for next season? Literally, I have one yes board left to ride. Maybe two, if I can get a dicey. But right now, I've got a typo. 56 wide, that's the last one. So, 420 powder hull, 420... the basic unink, the hybrid unink, which the 420 unink was the unink, or yeah, the 420 powder hull was the unink. I rode the 2020 powder hull, the new grates, the jackpot, the optimistic, the Y. Pretty much rode everything. I basically took everything from the rep except the dicey. For some reason, I didn't grab a dicey. But yeah. So that's kind of, I've ridden everything. If you're looking for early reviews, you can always become a member of Angry Snowboarder VIP starting June 1st. There'll be a review a day while I'm on vacation, all the way through the rest of the summer, so you can see the written reviews. Otherwise, wait till the fall. The reviews will be dropping. So let's see what we got here. Got a few more questions. Okay. Kelvin Hames. What's the main reason the ride algorithm edged out the Mercury for you and your all-mountain freestyle list? I'm planning on getting one. Just was wondering before the purchase. The big thing was they changed the side cut and didn't say anything about that to anyone on the Mercury. So they took it basically, Longo wanted like a longer effective edge on there, and it changes the ride. And I've had more than a few people tell me this. Like flex-wise, everything's still the same. On edge, it rides different, and it's a little more hooky. And people have been bitching about that. And that was the one reason why I changed it. Like the algorithm was a sleeper fucking hit. I mean, they weren't even going to make that board. It was just a prototype sample that the designer had made for himself, basically. And they're like, let's throw it in there. And it replaced the Machete GT, which fuck the Machete GT. That board was a pile of shit from the day it was invented. I fucking hate that thing. There's always this group of people, you just never gave it a chance. And I was like, literally rode like 6 generations of the thing. I think at this point, like that's like fucking the Gilf, the MILF, and the DILF all at once. I got, I've been there. I've done that. I've been there. I know every generation of it, so that was where it was at. Okay. Let's see. J-Raz, Gilson fanboys are the flat earthers of the snowboard world. That is the perfect example of it. I literally had a guy one day, I'd stopped to see Kevin when he was still working in the shop. And so I started selling snowboards because I was waiting to talk to him, and everyone's just like, what's this guy doing? And they're like, it's Avran, he's selling snowboards, just let him do his thing. And this guy, this fat fuck that probably can't ride, was talking about his 148 Gilson, and he's like, it's snappy but super flexible. And I was like, it's probably one or the other. And he's like, I can just butter like no other. And he's like, it's the third board I've owned. Of course, it's the third board that he's owned. The one before that, he owned a fucking Burton Sherlock Flying V or something like that. I can't remember. It was I remember what board it was from Burton. It was fucking awful. But this dude just like, anything I said, oh, you're wrong. And I looked at him finally, and I was like, okay, so I'm wrong. I was like, how many days a year do you snowboard? And he goes, like 5 to 10. And I was like, cool. It's November 1st. I've already got 22 days. and his girlfriend was with him, and she just was like side-eyeing me like, yo, damn, like, you know what you're talking about. And I looked at him and I was like, you've owned 3 snowboards, man. I could pull a board off the wall right now with what you're saying. And I grabbed an Arbor Westmark and I was like, I could tell you that this thing's soft and buttery in the tips, but yet still stable underfoot. You're going to believe me, go out and think it's the best fucking thing you ever rode. Why? And it's going to be better than your Gilson. Why? Because I just told you that, and now it's subconsciously in your head. You bought into the marketing, you bought it off a Facebook targeted ad, didn't you? You're like, it was Instagram. And I was like, same fucking thing. That's all it is. Like, you're a fucking pud, dude. You're a person that snowboards trying to talk to a snowboarder. There's a big distinction between the two, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with people that snowboard, and there's nothing wrong with snowboarders. But there is a clear distinction between the two. And that's the thing. Like, these guys, but he kept telling me, he's like, you just don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, you're talking about how good you are at buttering? I was like, let me guess. You don't pop into your butter. You lean back on your tail, the board flexes, and you can hold it. And I was like, you probably can't even do that, judging by your shape. What you do is your back foot is completely planted flat. You're bending at your front knee, flexing the board at the center, and calling it a tail butter, aren't you? And he was like, how'd you know? And I was like, because I can look at you and know that you probably can't even fucking carve. That's why. Like, if you wanted to turn a snowboard, because this is the other thing that told me it was bullshit. He kept telling me how good it was on ice. And I was like, it literally decreases edge hold. Like, it decreases edge hold. How is that fucking going to be good on ice? It makes no fucking sense. Ugh. Oh, whatever. Stupid fucking people. All right. We got Just Robin for Japan. Would you go with the Crua Dart or the Endeavor Archetype? Endeavor Archetype, that taper, the shape, everything on it's going to ride better than that Dart. The Dart is really, it's a workout. Like, you want firmer snow to set an edge in and carve with. You, in POW, like in trees and getting around, it's a workout. It really is. All right. Okay. Gable Stapler 19. What's the best way to train in the off season and improve skills? Go skateboarding. That'll help you with balance, stuff like that. I mean, just go find a skate park that's got like a snake run or something that's kind of slightly downhill, like Breckenridge has that, and pump the transitions and see if you can pump back uphill and do that, or find a pump track and pump that. That's going to build up there. Exercise bike. Get those knees just always moving, stuff like that. Like, I lift weights like there's no other. Like, I feel so fucking tiny because it's just with everything going on in the county up here, and we've had a spike in cases and stuff, and I'm trying to stay healthy so I can go see my parents who are high risk and shit, and I'm only got the first dose of the vaccine. Like, I'm waiting until I get the second dose, and it's 2 weeks after I can start going back to the gym. But I've shrank. I've probably lost like 20 pounds this season. Like, I can see my muscles have shrank, but like, once I can go back to the gym, I'm just gonna fucking stack weight and protein and just get fucking huge. And I do a series of workouts that's like high repetition, low weight, and I try to keep my flexibility going so that way I can still do everything in there, and that'll really build you up. The other thing is, start watching every snowboard edit you can and just put it, especially if you're watching on YouTube, break it down to half speed and watch how they do stuff. Watch how they position their knees, where they flex their ankle, how they position their arms and whatnot into everything. It'll really change the dynamic of doing it, and it's like a super slow-mo for you, and you can watch it and be like, oh, okay, this is what I'm visualizing, how I need to do stuff. So that, and whatever you do, don't watch any of the fucking tutorials from Kevin at Snowboard Pro Camp, because he rides with his leg completely stiff and he teaches bad habits. Plus, he lands on knuckles on 5-foot jumps. I can't figure that one out. So, yeah. Marco Figueroa, snappiest all-mountain board for a 220-pound fatty. I would go with the Ultra Mountain Twin, because you want all mountain. I'm assuming freestyle. Otherwise, I'd go all mountain free ride, and then I'd go with the Ultra flagship on there. But the Ultra Mountain Twin should have that snap that you really want in there. Maybe you could do like an Endeavor board of directors too. That might give you what you're looking for out of it. Or the LibTech TRS. Those would be like the 3 that I would go with right there. All right, let's give you a spin, bud. Wash your hands, people. Wash your hands. Ugh. All right, Cesar Guerrero just started snowboarding this season. Got about 15 days in. Dude, fucking props. That is 3 times above the national average, especially for a beginner. That's freaking awesome. That is rad as fuck to see. I'm looking to get my own board and bindings. I like carving and want to learn to do side hits and park next season. Any recommendations? What you want is an all-mountain freestyle board, medium flex, decent side cut, probably camber or cam rocker. I would look at the Rosinal Resurgence. Well, technically that's next year's board, but the Rosinal Resurgence. Like right now, finding sizes is going to be the hardest thing. So anything I recommend, you're going to be like, I can't find it. But so I would look at Rosinal Resurgence, Jones Mountain Twin. It would be the you can check out the Ride Zero for next year, or there's one above it, and I can't think of what it is right now. That would be a really good one as well. Let's see what else. Check out the Rome. You might even like the Rome Stale Cruiser or the Rome Freaker as well. So there's some starting points. Just wait till the fall, pick them up. And there you go. Okay. Rodney Sherwood, Montana or Colorado. Move to Utah. Everyone just moved to Utah. Everyone. So, everyone. Colorado's blown out. Seriously. My rent just got raised and I'm still under market value, thank God. But I just saw someone renting a bedroom in a house for $1,600. And like they're sharing it with people. There's some chick that's renting a bunk room, $800 a bunk right now, and there's 5 bunks in there. Like, are you fucking kidding me? 800? Like for a fucking shared bunk room during a pandemic? Yeah, that's not a super spreader event. Fucking kidding me? Colorado's blown out. Like the real estate market, all these work from home fucks have bought everything. There's so many people that like work for Google or Amazon that just came here and like, oh, housing prices are cheaper than the Bay Area. I can afford this. And it's just like, oh, like seriously, I had friends sell their house. So they had originally bought it for $230K. It's a fucking double wide. That's what it is. It's a fucking double wide. It's a 4-bedroom. It's really 3 bedrooms and an office, 2 bath. It's nothing special. They bought it for $230. They put it on the market for $480. First offer came in at $485. Second offer came in at $630. Third offer was like $980,000 cash. They fucking took it. They sold a fucking double wide trailer for almost $1 million. Good for them. But Colorado's fucked. Like, Denver isn't any better. Fuck that, dude. Don't move here. Straight up, don't move here. Move to Utah or Montana. I mean, Montana's going to be less crowded, but it's a little bit different up there. It's not for everyone, but yeah, Colorado is more blown out than Jonathan Buckhouse's butthole after he gets trained in prison. Ugh. All right. Okay, well, anyways, been here about an hour and a half. Questions are slowing down, so I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes, get some more real questions in here. Super chats get a spin of the wheel. Shout out to our sponsor, Marhar Snowboards, for promoting the live stream, being a sponsor of this. They're also sponsoring Top Fives. I'm going to take a few more questions. I'm going to get the fuck out of here because I just want to go eat some wontons or, I don't know, cook some bacon. I'm not sure what the fuck I'm going to do, but I'm tired. So, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Oh, God. Twain slacks. Step-ons for people over 40. If you're that fucking lazy, you need that because it's going to save me time bending over to strap in. Go for it. Step-ons are fucking garbage. They ride like shit. Like, anyone that tries to tell me it rides the same doesn't understand that the fucking cleat on the heel sits higher. It changes the whole pressure distribution and everything in there. They're not any faster. I literally watched a guy have to sit down to use some the other day because he was fucking all over the place, and I was just like, all right. But, you know, everyone's favorite dumbass from Summit County, Jonathan Buckhouse, wrote him and said they were and talked about it. It's like, fucking kill me now. Like, I get who they're for, but so many people are buying them, and you're limited to 3 boot options. Burton boots don't fit me. Am I going to go buy the DC boot? Nope, because that doesn't fit me. So what do? I could go buy the K2 ones. That's going to change the whole pivot point on it and stuff. But at the end of the day, I lived through step-ins once. Why are we still doing this? Like, why? Why are we having this discussion? Makes no sense. All right, Aaron Barella wants to spin. You win nothing, sir. All right. Dan Fugelstad, Capita Black Snowboarder Death or Lago Open Road. Sure, buy them both because they ride entirely different and they sit in 2 different categories. They're not even really comparable. All right. Josh Wilkes, think it will be possible to put together a ride with Angry Event? I'm not doing a ride with Angry Event until every motherfucker is goddamn vaccinated. We put this pandemic bullshit behind us because I'm not making a fucking super spreader event and anything like that. On top of the fact I am super immunocompromised. Like, no. The original goal before the pandemic was to do 3 different events. I was going to do one in like Utah and 2 here in Colorado. There's something I'm working on for next year. If things can pan out, we probably do it out of Powder Tools and Steamboat. I got to work some other logistics stuff out, but it might be like part demo day, ride with Angry type thing with certain reps and stuff. So it's there. I want to make something happen, but it might not. So, you know, who knows? All right. Kevius Billy, spin me, daddy. Smash the like button. Beniam Huff, have you ridden any of the Spring Break POW boards? Not the new stuff. I've ridden like the Powder Pill, the Powder Racer, and the Powder Twin, plus the Slush Slasher. That's pretty much it. So, all right. Kevius Billy again. Spin me again, daddy. Fire cures all, and I will burn you to the fucking ground, all of you, with myself and my eternal hatred. I am not your daddy. James Peterson, thoughts on risers to help prevent boot out or to ride normal width decks with a Yeti foot? Game or lame? Lame! Lamer than FDR's legs. Ugh.